All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday night My Econ training. My name is Cyndie Shelton. I am with a few of my team members here for this training. I'm real excited to have you here. We have a brand new member, Eugene Love, who just joined a few minutes ago, and glad to have him on here, and all the rest of you too, of course. We try to do these once a week or so, and then of course there's other trainings. It seems like we're always training, but you know what? You know, I heard, I think it was Ray Higdon. How many of you got to read that blog today by Ray Higdon, by the way? I didn't get a chance to read it, but I hear it was pretty good stuff. But you know, you need to always be learning and always be coaching, always be increasing our skill sets. And I just did a training, brand new training Saturday. Excuse me, just a second. This is Eugene. Hey, Eugene. Can you hear me? So I just finished up a couple trainings. Today I did a brand new Navigate the Back Office training. So if you didn't see that, I think I put it in the group. And you want to put that away that you can give to your new recruits. I had done one before on a prior training, but that was like mixed in the whole training, and that whole training was like an hour and 24 minutes. And so I don't want to give somebody that when they're trying to learn how to navigate the back office. So I did a shorter version of that today to have available. And then today I did a training about, that was today actually I did that. And then Saturday I did one about mindset, and then I did a shorter version of the 4 must-dos every day for your business. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight. And I love some participation from you guys, so I'm not doing all the talking here, but one of the things I talked about in that training, how many of you actually got to do that training, that new mindset training I did with the and the 4 must-dos? Anybody get to do that yet? Samantha, Kim, Valerie is in the house. Okay, well, basically what that, you know, the four daily tasks, you know, to make your business go. You know, it's optimum to be able to have like an hour a day to do your business. Some people spend 5 hours a week. Some people do 10 hours a week, so they spend a couple hours a day. But not everybody has that much time. Most of you have full-time jobs. Some of you have 2 jobs, you know, a full-time and a part-time job. I know that a lot of your goal is to get out of that second job, you know, as soon as you can, and then replace your full-time income, and that's what we'd love to see you do. But what if you don't have an hour a day? And some of the things that are, you know, or even a half hour a day. You know, I was taking some training from Diane Hockman, and she says that if you have 20 minutes a day, you can become a millionaire. Now I'm like, really? How does that happen? And so the concept is micro layering. So the 4 things you need to do every day is some training, task, whatever task you may be, and we'll break these down in a little bit, prospecting and marketing. So training would be maybe some of the MyEcon training in the back office. Maybe if you've subscribed to maybe like a Ray Higdon or Todd and Leah Ray Getz or Eric Worre, Frank Kern, some of those people out there, you know, maybe doing one of their trainings a day, or if you can't fit in a full training, you know, a half a training, that kind of thing. And then task, doing your daily task, whether it's like adding new friends. If you don't have 5,000 friends on Facebook, you need to. So Facebook lets you add a few every day. You got to be careful. You could use to add 50 at a time, and it was no big deal. Now they're kind of funny about that. So I don't ever do more than 10 or 15 at a time. I'm not adding any friends anymore. I'm pretty well maxed out. But if you do, so just proceed with caution. Other tasks may be joining Facebook groups, or in my case, it might be optimizing videos or those kind of things. So you've got training tasks, and then marketing. Now, marketing would be where you're putting an ad out on social media, or maybe doing a video, which is more of a passive type of marketing, maybe passing out business cards or flyers, that kind of thing. And then the other thing is prospecting. And if you don't do prospecting, if you aren't talking to, prospecting is talking to people. Marketing is putting, you know, information out there, hoping somebody will go to your site and check it out. Prospecting is actually talking to people, whether you're cold marketing, cold prospecting, or warm prospecting. You need to get this, and you know, we talk about this every week. You need to get eyeballs on what you have to offer. And just as a reminder about that, you don't want to just tell someone, you know, I've got the best business out there. We've got, everything you ever need to make your life wonderful. Here's my link. Won't you join today? That's not prospecting. You don't want people with what the products are necessarily, unless you're, you know, our credit repair is probably the one thing that you can, you know, a little bit more market that as a product. But you want to share the benefits of what we have, and the benefit to them, what's in it for them. And so you always want to prospect with that in mind, how our products can benefit them without saying, well, you know, without necessarily pushing the product itself down their throat. So back to, what if you don't have a lot of time during the day? Well, part of the micro layering is, we all have, even if you have a full-time job, you might have 5 minutes here, or 10 minutes there, or 15 minutes there. In 15 minutes, you can watch a training, a lot of times, or a half a training. And you can watch the other half tomorrow. In 5 minutes, you can send 3 messages or 4 messages in Messenger, or text messages. In 10 minutes, you can send some messages and maybe follow up. Another section of 10 minutes, you can do your tasks. So you can actually, I think that kind of, you know, we've got some moms on here. I know Samantha's got some little ones. I don't know if anyone else here does, but when you are a full-time mom and some of you have jobs and still trying to fit in your business, it can be very daunting. But like when the kids are down for a nap, you can send some text messages, or after they go to bed, maybe watch a training. My point being, even on your lunch break, you can reach out to a few people. I know a lot of people play games on their phones and stuff. I honestly don't know how people have time for that. Now, I'm not slamming games. Every once in a while, it's probably kind of therapeutic to be able to do that. But, you know, what if you took that 5 or 10 minutes on your break instead and sent a few texts out, or, you know, called someone, followed up with someone. You know, I followed up with someone, you know, several people today, and, you know, it pays off. I mean, Eugene could tell you, I just was talking to him earlier, and, you know, Eugene, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but he said, you know, you're the one that followed up. And it's important, guys, to follow up. And, you know, and you know, I know Ray Hayden says he follows up until he reads the obituary for someone, you know, and he's being kind of tongue in cheek, but seriously, there are several ways to follow up with people. So you always want to follow up. I still have a lot more people I need to continue to follow up with. So you never run out of, you know, you never run out of people. So I'm going to pause this for just a second. Hey, Ruth is in the house. Good to see you, Ruth. Okay, so back to what I was talking about, you know, splitting up your time, taking those micro clusters of minutes throughout the day, and somehow growing and working your business. And I've been doing that all along, and I actually didn't even realize it. So for most of us, it's daunting to think about sitting down at our computer with a 1 hour block of time. How many of you usually even have an hour block of time, or definitely a 2 hour block of time to sit down at your computer and work your business? I don't know too many people that do. Now, I do work from home. That is easier for me. Not everyone is able to do that. So, you know, take those opportunities and do some micro layering, or micro training, or micro tasks, and get those things done. Get this here. Get those things done in smaller increments. And I think you'll find that it's going to help you build confidence, because you feel like you're actually accomplishing something. How many times have you walked away or went to bed that night because you didn't get to your business at all, because you didn't have that hour to sit down and work your business? So instead, breaking it up in increments of time where you can squeeze in things here and there, it's probably not the optimum thing to do, you know, but if you don't have, you know, an alternative plan, or you're unable to do that, or you have a job and you've got kids to take care of, you know, life happens. And so I think it's really cool that we can plug our business in those empty spots, because you would be surprised how many empty spots we have throughout the day that we just waste. Not necessarily on purpose, or not even knowingly, but just, you know, even your drive home, you know, I'm sure you can be on the phone talking to somebody. Now, you know, maybe that not for you, let's see, how do you bring your camera back after you've hid yourself? We can all see you, Eugene. You're good. Let me unmute you here. Oh, it's not letting me unmute you.
Oh no, I'm muted over here.
Okay. Yeah, we can see. I can see you. Okay. All right.
Oh,
so
okay.
Anyway, you know, I think you find that we would have a lot of time, you know, empty space throughout the day that we can fill those moments up. Like I said, maybe on your trip home from work, you could pick up the phone and call someone. Now, I know a lot of us don't like to pick up the phone and call people. We're intimidated by that. And I know Rich, that's where he shines. He likes to call people. And I know other people, Scotty, I think you said you don't mind doing that. Bill just created a thread in the group. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for a few minutes here. And that didn't work. Okay, here we go. Huh. Oh, it's froze. Okay, so Bill was just saying in the group, who actually calls leads? Who here is good at calling leads? How about we start a thread every day where I will drop leads and tag a person to call, or maybe I'll start a new thread each time. You know, if that is something you'll do, I see Devon, you're on that, Maggie's on that. I don't mind calling people. Now, I was talking to one of our team members the other day, and his approach with people I thought was pretty cool. Because sometimes it's those first couple sentences that you might get tongue-tied on. You know, like, what do you say? How do you approach the subject? Now, most of the time, you know, leads are expecting someone to reach out to them. So that helps, you know, that gives you an advantage that way. But I know Travis says he likes to just reach out to people and start asking questions. And it's always, I tend to talk too much. It's always good to listen. It's always good to ask questions. So he'll ask him and he'll say, so, you know, what are you looking for as far as having a home business? You know, what kind of money do you need to make? What are you hoping to accomplish? And kind of get them to open up, because then you know where to meet them in their need. Most people need what we have. Either their credit is shot or needs a little bit of help, you know, or needs a lot of help. They need to get out of debt. And even if they're not in credit card debt, like most people are drowning in, they have student loans or mortgage or auto loans, things like that, different fees and things. And so we can help them. We can help them with the credit. We can help them with accumulating wealth, because our company is a personal finance company that teaches you to shift income. So to help you, you know, change your W-4. Most of you, I think a lot of you did that anyway when you joined MyEcon. We did. We gave ourselves a nice hefty raise every month by changing my husband's W-4. MyEcon also shows you how to hire your children and pay your children and then pay their school fees or their band instrument or their whatever out of the wages that are completely tax deductible for your children. So there are, you know, it's nice to be part of a company that has the solutions to the financial answer, to the financial questions in life. And, you know, I believe we fit that bill. And then we've got the ID Defender. You not only need to go into all the products, but I think you know what I mean. And so finding out where people's point of pain is, what their need is probably a really good approach. And then share with them what we have. Then you know how to show them the benefit, how this will benefit them rather than just blast them with the products. Does that make sense to everyone? What do you think about that? Actually, I don't want to stop sharing. Let me go back to the group here. I know, Gino, you're new, and so this group I haven't added you to. This is our Facebook group. This is where not only do we welcome people, but this is where training is in here, our call information. We do a call Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., or excuse me, 9 p.m. Eastern, and this is a prospect call. We do these live. We get on here, and we get on here with testimonials. Bill or someone else will go over the program a little bit and give them information. They'll tell them to get back to the person that invited you to the call so you can bring any prospects to this. We also have several ads in here. There are always, these are all ads here that have been placed in here. There are always suggested ads, information about the rotators in here, about the marketing system. So this is just, everything is in here that you need. Now you can turn off your notifications so you don't get dinged all the time. Same with the chat. I'll be adding, so let me show you real quick. And I'm glad I thought of this because this is something I need to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and add. Oh, Eugene, I don't know. I need to find you on Facebook. Are you on Facebook, Gino? Oh, you're muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, yeah, I sent you, I did a friend request on Facebook for you.
There we are. Okay.
There I am, right there.
So I'm going to go ahead now. You don't have to, I just want to show you guys real quick because people ask me all the time, how do I add people to the group? So if I like working in this big window in Messenger, a lot of you work out of the little box. You would have to get in the big window to do this. I'm not sure how to do it in the little box, but when you click on this little eye in the corner, the side menu pops up, and right here it says add people. And so now that I know what Eugene looks like on Facebook, there he is. I'm going to go ahead and add him. And then I'm going to say, hey, everyone, help me welcome Eugene Love to MyEcon. All right. And then Eugene, something you're going to want to do, and everyone else, if you haven't done this yet, you can mute your notifications for this group because it's pretty lively and you don't want your phone to go off all the time. What I recommend is turning off the notifications and then once a day coming in and just kind of scrolling up and just looking at today's posts. And then you're done for the day, you know, and then this is where we put, you know, information. You can ask your questions in here, but to mute your notifications, if I didn't have mine muted, all this, so when I click on this, all of these are going to come up checked. So you just tick the box, and I always do until I turn it back on. So indefinitely, and mute. And then that leaves this one checked. I do leave this one checked. This is mentions. So if somebody tags you in the group because they want to ask a question or want you to see something, I do want to receive a notification for that. That doesn't happen very often, but just so you do. So that's how you mute your notifications. Now I need to show you some people are welcoming their new recruits into this group, but if you don't add them over here, it doesn't do any good. You know, you can do a nice welcome post for them, but they won't see it and they're not added. They need to be in this group. So I need to refresh this page because Gino and I just became friends. So I'm going to refresh it because if I tried to add it, this is one group you do have to be friends with a person to add them. And so now I'm going to type his name here. There he is. Okay, and then now I'm going to make a nice little post. Please help me welcome Eugene Love, and his name should pop up here. There you are. Where'd it go? To the best online business ever. And you can say whatever you want. And then let's pick some kind of cool little background. Probably not that one. Not that one. We'll stay away from pink. I don't know. See anything that strikes you there, Eugene? How about a thumbs up? We can do a thumbs up. There we go. I don't know.
Thumbs
that kind of
up,
looks hokey.
we can do that.
Thumbs up. Does that sound good? All right. All right. And then where'd it go? Let me click that again. And then click post. And then that automatically tags him in it, and he'll be able to see that. And then this is where people will welcome you. So that's how you add people to this group. Now, Bill asked me to mention the rotator. He wants you, and Maggie, or not Maggie, Marisol made a post. Please do not ask if you're in the rotator. If you filled out the rotator link, you're in it. And she made a document that explains the free rotator. It also, some people, we don't know why. Some people are getting, after this is the link, and I'll be sending that to you here, Gino, after the call. Some people are getting the email, some aren't. Check your spam, but if you aren't getting it, you can come to this document, because here is the subject and the body of the email. It tells you exactly what to do. And then he asked to be in that free rotator that everyone place an ad on their wall. It doesn't have to be this one. You can go to the group and pick one, or you can just on your wall say, hey, I just joined the best little business ever. Ask me about it. Because remember, when you're marketing, less is best. You don't ever want to put your name out there. Once in a while you can, not your name, the business name. Most of you want to generate curiosity. So it's really cool when you first join a business, you say, hey, I just joined the best business ever. Ask me. Ask me what it is. Or you don't even have to put ask me. You just put that, because that is going to generate curiosity. But anyway, this link is in the group here that tells you about the free rotator. If you go to the files section, and I really didn't want to spend a lot of time in here, but I'm just going to show you since Eugene's on this call and he's new. Here are documents. This one here, though, is new member, and I'll be sending this to you in the email. But this is where all the important stuff from the group is in one place. So you can look at it here, how to set up your free marketing system if you're wanting to use that, to read the pinned posts, which are kind of like the rules of the group. Here's the ad ideas. You click on that, and what it's going to do is just open that link in Facebook here. And in the comments are tons of ad ideas. And you can change them up, and you can use them any way you want, add your link to them, whatever you want to do. But there's a bunch of stuff, as you can see here. So that was just kind of a little bonus thing. It's not really what I wanted to talk about too much here, but I want to get back to real quick. We were talking about micro clustering your day. We talked about how to add people to the groups. And Frank, Eugene Barry, I probably should have just let you do that, and we all watch you do it. That would have probably been good training. But anyway, it's important to get people added to the group right, and it's important to get them in the rotator. And then, like you said, once you're in that rotator, you're in. Now, most of you know that I just started my own rotator as well. For those of you that are committed to being in MyEcon more than 30 days, because actually when somebody cancels on you in 30 days, I found out this week how bad it hurts you. It knocked me back down, even though I still have several people in here. Having people, there's something, they want people to at least make it to the second month mark. And if people aren't committed for, like 2 months, there's something wrong anyway. But about that in a minute. But you want committed people. How many of you know what happens at the 5-month mark that's important? And if you know why, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell me real quick. What happens at the 5-month mark in MyEcon?
You start receiving residuals.
There's a brand new guy, and he's slaying it. That's right. There are other residuals in MyEcon, which are the products and services that we get paid monthly on. But when you're in after your fifth month, you've completed that, you start getting overrides on everybody in your organization. Now, I was in a business where I got $1 for everyone in my organization. That doesn't sound like much, but when you have 1,000 people or 500 people or 250, I mean, that's passive residual income. I was in another business where I got $5 overrides for everyone in my business. Well, this one pays, they're $250 for your first 2 people, and then when you become an EVP, when you become an EVP, you get $2.50 for everyone in your organization. Once you hit EVP Gold, which is 10 people in your organization, you get $7.50. It goes up $5. When you hit EVP Platinum, which is where I am, which is 80 and above, you get paid $12.50 for everybody in your organization every single month, passive residual income. And then when you hit Infinity, which is 400 people above, which sounds like a lot, but my sponsor, your team leader, has 5,000 in his organization. He joined the beginning of May. He hit Infinity Platinum, Platinum Infinity faster than anyone in our organization. So if Bill did not bring anyone else on, he would start getting paid in a couple more months, $75,000 a month, residual every month. passive. How many's down for that? I am. So that's just, so they just really reward, that longevity and commitment. So that's what we're looking for, with MyEcon. So that's important to understand that. And then for those the other day in the chat group that are committed to sticking with this stuff, I put in my own rotator, and already Valerie got a sale, right? Was that today, Valerie, or was that yesterday? I think that was.
Yeah, I know it's kind of loud. I saw it today.
Okay. So Valerie got one out of that rotator today, and so didn't Eugene. And so that's just really cool. I love seeing that happen. So that's what that rotator is about. Now,
Cyndie, can I interrupt you one moment? Did I miss something with the rotator? Am I
you're in it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in it. That's right, for sure. Okay, so now I want to share a couple tips that I learned. I've been taking coaching from Todd and Leah Ray Getz, and we're going to talk about some marketing systems here in a little bit. And I want Rich to talk. I was hoping that Dustin would be on this call, but I don't see him. And I was hoping Rich, would you be down for telling us about those SMS leads here in a couple minutes?
Sure.
All right. I'll let you know when ready. So, couple things I learned from a training from Todd and Leah Ray Getz. Now, Todd and Leah Ray Getz have some high-end coaching. It's pretty pricey every month. I don't recommend joining a business and then paying, a lot of money unless you've got that figured in your budget. But we have enough free coaching and training for you. Now, of course, you're welcome to do whatever you want, but I'm taking some coaching from them right now. I just purchased their ultimate tweet leverage, I think it's called, which is their automation, putting Twitter on automation. And I'm excited about that. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But I listened to their training today and took copious notes. But one of the things that Todd recommended is prospecting up rather than prospecting down. Anybody want to take a gander at what that might be, or take a shot at what prospecting up might be? Now, bear with me. It's going to sound kind of bad, but he put it probably a lot better than I can. But so he's talking about when we're thinking about prospecting, MyEcon is a quality business, and it's not like one of those push button programs and hope to make $1 million, by next Sunday. We're looking for quality leads. We're looking for, and I believe all of you are quality people. We're looking for people. What in your mind would be a quality lead? Throw some things out to me. What does a quality lead mean to you? What does that look like to you? A quality prospect.
Well, Cyndie, I think when we're talking about prospecting up, we're talking about prospecting people that have a center of influence. And
yes, a sphere of influence. That's very good. Something else?
Well, I was gonna say trying to get like your doctor or your lawyer, anybody that has a nice status and a great following.
Okay, so professionals.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? That's good. Those are both great. So when you're prospecting up, one of the examples he gave, like if you're at a restaurant, rather than prospecting the waitress, which, and it's not, don't take this wrong. This is not, derogatory at all, but talk to the manager instead, because the manager is more of a professional. And why do you want professionals? Well, some of the professionals he mentioned were people that already know how to conduct themselves in a business somewhat. And just because they're already in a business doesn't mean they don't need help with their credit, or doesn't mean they don't need identity theft protection, or doesn't mean they have family members that need to get out of debt, or they need to, or that they want to, maybe they're a business manager, but they aren't a millionaire, or aren't even a 6-figure earner or 5-figure earner. And so, going for prospecting up, it would be talking to, like he said, the managers. Now, there's nothing wrong with prospecting waitress. Well, you know what I mean, waitresses or whatever. But when you're looking for, one of the things he suggested is not, and I don't want to mix up this point. So give me, hold on. I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. So what he was talking and pertaining to is specifically is marketing on Facebook. We tend to join. What kind of groups do we join on Facebook that we want to post our opportunity in? We join like work from home moms, how to make money online. Who else is in those groups, and what are they doing? There are thousands of people in the group spamming the group as well. And most people in those groups would you say, no, not everybody, but most people in that group, would you say they're looking to work hard? Would you say they're looking to put in the work to build a business? Would you say, a lot of people are looking to get rich quick. A lot of people are just looking for the next program down the pike. And he said, instead of joining those groups and spamming those groups, look for groups where people are professionals that are driven to succeed, that want to have success. Realtors. What we have, realtors could use. When I was in King and Water's high ticket. Those machines are expensive. And I had no problem getting leads. You know what I had problem with? Their credit. Them being able to get the credit approved to get the machines. That's just, we've all been there. If we're not now, we have been at some time in our life, mostly. So joining groups where they're realtor investors, realtors, small business people, car salesmen, people that are used to furniture salesmen, people that are used to living on a commission or making the bulk of their income on a commission are the kind of people you might want to start targeting, prospecting. So he suggested, and this is what Todd does every day. And it was interesting to hear because most people are using auto posters. How many have been in jail on Facebook because of your auto poster? I have. And a lot of us have. And Facebook, not only, some of you still may be using auto posters successfully. The APIs on Facebook changed again recently. So the one I've been using for years is just no good. It's dead in the water. And Facebook wants it that way. Why? What does Facebook want you to do? They want you to do Facebook ads. And I don't have a problem with Facebook ads at all if you want to do that, but you got to be good. You got to know what you're doing with the Facebook ads. So what Todd does, he actually does 4 times a day, and it takes him about less than 10 minutes. So, half hour, 40 minutes. He puts in his, now their specialty is 1, coaching, 2 is finding leads like through Twitter and Instagram, things like that. So he'll put his offer in the group and with their link. But he does it in those high-end groups. There are lots of, let me show you. I'm going to share my screen limit just to give you an example. A couple things that I found out are really cool. So, and I'm going to teach this on my video training too, coming up. But so let's go to, let me type in high ticket. I just joined a bunch of these tonight. You can type in, search for your group, your keyword, click on groups, and that'll bring up all the groups with high ticket in their title somewhere. And some of these I can see they've already accepted me. Yeah, I joined all of these today. Some I sent a request. And then what he would do is go in 10 of these 4 times a day, 10 different ones 4 times a day, and put his offer. Or I joined a bunch of realtors groups today. Let me see what they have for small business. Small business owners. That might be another one. Small Business Owners of America. Yeah, I'm going to join that. Now, if they have the questions, I don't mind asking, I'll do them. But most of the time, I skip the questions. I will not post about Bitcoin, work from home. So no, I don't want to end this group. And it automatically sends a request. So you have to cancel that request by clicking on it, unless you want to answer the question. So let me look at this one. Okay, I don't want to join that one. Small business members of Atlanta. No, don't want to join that one. All right. This one might not be a good group to join or good. Yeah, see all these questions. The realtors had a few questions. High ticket didn't have too many. So Anyway, you could try. Okay, that one I was able to just send a request outright. And so then 4 times a day. No, you don't have to do 4 times a day. You don't have to do 3 times a day, or if once a day, that's fine. Now, here's what I'm doing, and I think it's really helping get. I'm already working at getting views on my YouTube video, and I want to thank some of you guys. I know you helped me get to over 5,000 subscribers this weekend. But I just found out. So let me go to YouTube real quick. This is what I'm doing. If you make, I know Frank, you're starting to make videos, so this might be a good strategy for you. So today, I made another new video. Now that probably isn't something I would put like in the realtor group or whatever, but let me get here real quick. Bear with me. Navigate your back office. Okay, 4 daily must-dos for any business. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the share link real quick. I like the shorter one, and copy it. And now I'm just going to go to I'm going to go to this group here. This one's my group. And so what I'm going to do, and this has saved me tons of time. Now you can just go to any group. It doesn't have to be your group. It can be any group on Facebook that you're a member of. So what I'm going to do, oh, I need to change that up. Okay, so you don't want to sell something. You're starting discussion. Now I'm going to share that there. I don't really need to put a title or anything because it you know, or maybe I'll say something like, hold on a second, guys. These tips are must-dos no matter what your biz is. Okay, now I'm going to post it. Now I want to post to my other groups here real quick. So I'm going to click share right here. Click share again. And then I'm going to change this up here to a share in a group. Start typing a name of a group like work at home. There it is, work at home, mom and dad. Click it, boom. It's shared. Now what I forgot to do, and I'll do it on the next one, is I wanted to copy and paste the message. So this time I'll click on share, and instead of on my timeline, I'm going to pick groups. I'm going to just type work. You don't have to even type the whole name of the group. That'll bring up all of them, and I'll click on that, paste my message, post, and save tons of time all right there from the group. I used to open up 10 tabs or 15 tabs and do it all that way. So it's really cool. You can do that from your timeline too, by the way. It doesn't have to be in a group. You can do that right from your timeline, share to all your groups. You don't even have to know the names of the groups. Just start typing letters and groups will come up. So it's pretty cool. I really like that. It saved me a lot of time. And I just think that's a cool way to be able to share your videos or your business to those groups. Now again, so how many of you like the idea of going into some of the realtor groups or maybe car salesman groups that, these people need credit. These people have clients, I should say, that need credit, that need, to be out of debt. Maybe they themselves need it or want an extra, maybe they're a struggling realtor. My friend has only sold 2 houses this year, a sum total of $12,000. Well, most of us can't live on, on that. So maybe they themselves are looking for an additional stream of income, and, to clean up their finances. So I think, we have something, I'm in a couple health things and all that as well. And of course, most of the world needs health things too, I guess. But let me get back to, am I still sharing my screen or did I stop sharing my screen? I lost y'all. There we are. Okay. Oh, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Okay. Anyway, so I am going to start, prospecting. That is marketing, actually, unless you start prospecting. Now, on one of my other trainings I did last week, I show you how to a good message to send cold prospects right in those groups. And so I'm actually probably going to use that same message. Because not only do I like to post in those groups, I like to message people directly. And I have a cold message that I use. And if you want that, let me know and I'll send that to you. That has been working for me. And sometimes you might do a little dance and they want to talk to you about theirs. You want to talk to you about, and I don't do that a whole lot. I don't have a lot of time. And I definitely don't, I'm not the small talk kind of person. And let me give you a little tip. Don't message somebody and say, hi, how are you? And then the next day say, how are you doing? And then the next day say, how's your family? And then the next day say, is the sun shining there? Do you know what that drives me crazy? But it also, the whole time, what are you thinking? What do you want? I don't even know you. What are you building up to? Just get to the point already. Maybe, am I the only one like that? Or do y'all understand where I'm coming from? Yeah.
Totally understand.
So, you want to kind of get right to the point. I'm not saying being rude, but, I don't want people thinking I'm messaging them because, I want to learn everything about them, though that will happen over time and there might be a place for that. But to me, that's kind of stringing people along or leading people along. And I just, that's just not my style. That's your style. That's fine. That's just not, not my style. So, so prospect up. And then the second tip is, and, we all do this, so I'm probably going to step on some toes, but he says, don't buy leads. Now that shocked me. And here's why, and hear me out. And I thought he had a valid point because we were just getting ready to buy leads, right? He says that buying leads are pretty much a waste of time, and that people that fill out those forms, those make money online forms, and we alluded to this a little bit in the last point, are usually what he called the worst qualified leads ever. They typically have no money, and as I got to thinking about this, it's true. Almost all prospects that I've followed up with, but they typically have no money. They don't want to spend money. They are usually looking for free and easy money, and they don't want to work. So even if they do join, he said with his experience, most of these drop out. They don't even make it their first 30 days. And if they had an auto ship, they usually ask for a refund. So maybe not 100% across the board, but as I got to thinking about it, I had to agree with them. A lot of times people fill out those because, let me ask you this. What do most of those forms say? Do this crazy thing and make $1,000 a day, right? Or, get paid $500 a day to get out of debt, right? Now, is that what we want to get paid to get out of debt? Yeah. But how likely is that to be in 30 days? Because that's what most people are going to give a business, 30 days, right? And so how likely, those people that are, and I'm there. So I stand, I've filled out plenty of those forms, but it's usually because the message appealed to the get rich quick in me. Am I the only one? This is true confession time. So what he says is these people are the ones that are chasing after the next shiny object, sometimes not even 30 days later. But he said, if you were to go prospect 50 professionals, like in the groups that we just talked, and by the way, let me tell you, LinkedIn is another gold mine. And again, we're going to talk about that in a minute, about some of the different opportunities I want you guys to start thinking about, because I think Facebook is starting to get really nasty. And not that we have to do all of our marketing on Facebook, but a lot of us do. But, Bill said this in the group the other day. LinkedIn is filled with professionals. Go to your LinkedIn profile. There are scads of videos out there how to, and change it to a MyEcon, a professional financing, a financial, personal success, financial success profile, and then start joining some of those groups even on LinkedIn. And you're going to attract professionals, obviously, on LinkedIn. But he said, if you were to go prospect 50 professionals, managers, people that make their money by commissions, this is way more lucrative than spending time with 1,000 people looking to make easy money on time or online. So start targeting professionals. He says, yes, it's worth taking the time prospecting them. It's better to prospect 10 and have 9 say no professionals, because then you've got a diamond. Than it is, or prospect 20 and have 19 say no, than it is to prospect 500 or 1,000 people that want to make money fast. Because who's going to build their business? The ones looking, those few, you know, looking. And this is one of the reasons I was attracted to Gino, is because, you know, I was listening to what he was saying on the phone and what he's looking for in life. And what, you know, it wasn't about, you know, what, you know, I have a lot of people ask me, well, how much do you think I can make in my first couple weeks? I did make $1,000 my first week, but I have a following. Not everybody's going to do that. So it would be kind of unfair. Yes, I do talk to people about that, but it would be kind of unfair to let everybody think that's going to happen. If you put in the work, it can happen. I'm not saying that, but, you know, he's saying it's much more profitable to spend your time with prospecting up more quality. And I hope you understand my heart on this, and his too. We're not being derogatory towards anyone. You know, we're not talking down about anyone, but would you rather chase 100 people that could opt out of your business in 30 days, or spend that time talking, or 1,000 people, you know, with the leads, or spend your time maybe chasing 50 and get 2 or 3, but quality professional type people that are looking to build an empire, looking to build an income? What do you guys think? Let me have some feedback. Where are you on this? Feel free to unmute yourself and chime in.
Hey, Cyndie, this is Devon.
Hey, Devon.
I totally agree. I've purchased some leads from this lead source company, and I've been calling these leads. They give me 30 a day, but those leads are like no good. They just basically filled out the form just to get the free sweepstakes or something like that. I mean, they're not even interested. I mean, I'm just wasting my time, just spinning my wheels talking to these people. I mean, they say they're interested just to get me off the phone, but they never go to my site because I see that they never went. So it's just a waste.
And that's pretty discouraging to happen. Now, I do like one qualifier, let me say, is I do like text marketing. And I think text marketing is way more lucrative than email, I think, than email marketing. Way more, lucrative wasn't the right word, well, though it is, way more, you know, just email marketing isn't working. People aren't opening their emails. I don't open my emails. I get so much stuff. And text marketing is probably going to get there. It's not there yet, but people do open their text messages. You do get way more eyeballs on your text messages. And so because you can do texting pretty cheap, and we're going to talk about one of those in a little bit, to me, I don't mind putting money into something like that and hopefully do get a few quality people from that. You know, I'm not totally against doing something like that, but it's tough. You know, I know, and Rich, I hope you don't mind me saying so, but one of the marketing programs I use, they have interviewed leads that are freshly interviewed, supposedly, and they were what, Rich, $3 and something a piece, right?
Yeah, they were worthless to me.
And Rich doesn't mind picking up the phone and calling people, right?
Yeah, I don't mind.
So, you know,
Well,
that's
I don't like it, but it's part of the job.
So that's pretty disheartening. You know, paying 88 cents a lead is one thing. You know, paying $3 and something for what you expect to be a high quality lead and then have it go nowhere is just, you know, that's pretty discouraging. So how about anyone else want to chime in on this before we talk about some of these marketing methods real quick?
Yeah, I think the concept of reaching out to realtors, car dealerships, anybody that's in that line of work, because I gave my information to a realtor, and she told me that her brother needed his credit boosted up. And she said, you have no idea, Frank, of how many people come into my office and wanting to buy a house, and they don't qualify because of poor credit. So I think we're on to something with these realtors and the car dealers.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know, professionals, and then LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So Jessica Higdon and Higdon, she has a free course. I think it's free. If not, it's real cheap. Like, I think it's even on, well, anyway, I think it's like maybe $7, $10 or something like that. She shows you how to set up, and it's if you're interested in LinkedIn, she shows you how to set up a killer LinkedIn profile. She shows you how to attract people on LinkedIn, and she shows you what to say to them. And to, I mean, word for word, you know, piece by piece, shows you how. And so what I want to say, there are four avenues I'm turning towards, away from Facebook and more towards. I do already have a LinkedIn profile. Now, some of these new profiles, they take a little bit of time to build up. I only have like 500 followers on Twitter. But part of the Ultimate Tweet Challenge, or leverage, that I bought from Todd and Leah Ray Getz, is about putting on automation, getting followers, not bots, but followers. That's one thing you've got to be careful. Be careful who you follow and what coaching and training you pick up, because, and what recommendations you take, because sometimes people will say, yeah, I can get you thousands of followers on Instagram or on Twitter, but then they're bot traffic and they're no good. Bot traffic is robotic traffic, and they're just, you know, they're just making, same with YouTube, buying YouTube views. You know, unless you've got a source that you buy real YouTube leads, and I do have that. But if you don't buy bot traffic, you're going to be sorry. You'll get slapped down by Google. You'll get slapped down by YouTube and other sources like that. So you always never want to use bot traffic. So how do you know what's bot traffic? That's by word of mouth. Always go by recommendation, somebody that's tried it out. You know, if you want to throw some money at it yourself and try it out, you know, you got to have some mavericks, I realize. But just be careful where you spend your money. Now, I'm not saying everybody go out and spend money and start buying leads, but you're investing in you, and it does take money to make money. Yes, you can do this for $34.95 a month. Most of us on this call, I know, are planning on going with the Income Shift Pro marketing system that's coming out this week. Yay! And Eugene, I'll make sure I get you added to that group so you can take a look at that marketing system, because we're really excited about it. Plus, you earn commissions on it, guys.
Put me in there too, Cyndie. I want to look at that too.
Okay. I'll show it to you guys too, so you know what it looks like a little bit. But real quick, I want to wrap this up. So I'm going to turn off the recording. So stay on, guys, because this next part is just for our team. You know, I don't want anybody just to be able to access this on YouTube. You know, why should they join our team if, you know, everything is available to them, you know, out there. So I'm going to make this part of the call private, but thank you everyone for being on this training. I hope it was helpful to you, and we will see you next time around.